Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Sports Report with Patrick Moore. Today, we'll be going over this past weekend's games in the American Hockey League. But first, let's go over the standings currently on this Veterans Day here on Tuesday, November 11th. Let's start off with the Atlantic Division here. The Providence Bruins still continue their dominance as they're 10-1-0 through 11 games. They are currently atop of the Atlantic Division. Right behind them, 1 point behind the Providence Bruins, is the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, who are 9-3-1 with 19 points. The Philadelphia Flyers affiliate, the Lehigh Valley Phantoms, are 8-3 with 17 points and one shootout loss in the season. Then you have the Florida Panthers affiliate, the Charlotte Checkers, in fourth place with a record of 6-4-1-0. They have 13, and tied with Charlotte for fourth place is the 2023 and 2024 defending AHL champion Hershey Bears with a same literally identical record. But Charlotte has the edge on Hershey with 6 regulation wins and 6 regulation overtime wins. Then in sixth place is the Bridgeport Islanders, who are coming off one of their worst seasons in franchise history with a record of 5-6-1 through and 11 points through 12 games. The Hartford Wolfpack are 3-6-2 in seventh place with 8 points. And finally, the worst team in the American Hockey League, the Springfield Thunderbirds, are 1-8-1-1 with only 4 points, with the lowest winning percentage in the league with 182. In the North Division, Laval Rocket has overtook Syracuse with a record of 8-4-0. They're currently tied in points, so both teams actually there's a three-way tie, my apologies. Laval, Syracuse, and Rochester all tied for first place in the North Division. However, though, Laval has tiebreakers with the regulation win with 8, while Syracuse and Rochester have 7 regulation wins. In fourth place, or technically, I guess third for now, essentially, is the Toronto Marlies with a record of 6-5-0-1 with 13 points. They have a 5.42 winning percentage, and Belleville is right behind them, 2 points away in fifth place with a record of 5-6-1. Cleveland is 3-2-3-1 with 10 points. And then one of the second worst teams in the American Hockey League, the Utica Comets, 2-7-1-0 with 5 points. In the Central Division, the Grand Rapids Griffins finally lost their first game of the season, but not in regulation. They are still the only team in the American Hockey League without a regulation loss. They did lose a shootout loss. They are in first place with a record of 8-0-0-1, 17 points. Rockford is 2 points behind them for first place. They're in second with a record of 7-5-1 with 15. Milwaukee in third, Chicago in fourth, Manitoba in fifth, and Iowa in sixth. And then finally, Dallas has kind of gone back on the saddle with a record of 3-6-1 and only 2 points away from tying Iowa for sixth and 3 points away from tying Manitoba for fifth. In the Pacific Division, the largest division in the American Hockey League, Colorado is way out ahead with 23 points in first place with a record of 11-2-0-1. They're actually taking on the Tucson Roadrunners in Colorado this coming up weekend on Friday and Saturday. Henderson and Ontario are tied for second place with 15 points. Both teams have the same record, but Henderson has more regulation wins by 6, while Ontario has 5. In fourth place, we have the Calgary Wranglers, who are, I guess you could say they're third place with a record of 6-4-2. They have with points of 14. There is a three-way tie for fifth place with Bakersfield, Tucson, and Coachella. They both have the same identical records, 5-2-0. However, Bakersfield has a advantage over Tucson and Coachella due to regulation wins. So pretty much a lot of these tiebreakers are going towards regulation wins, pretty much identical records. It's funny enough that even though Coachella Valley has a better winning percentage, actually same winning percentage as Bakersfield and better than Tucson, but due to goal differential, they are actually in seventh place. San Jose is 5-5-1 with a record of 500. They have 11 points. They are actually tied with San Diego for eighth. And then the defending Calder Cup champions from a season ago, the Aperture Canucks, still looking for their third win of the season. They are sitting at the bottom of the Pacific Division with a record of 2-8-0-2 with only 6 points. So let's kind of go up to speed a little bit of what happened this weekend this weekend's games. A lot of fun action-packed games for you. Tucson had a home series, which we'll cover a little bit more in our next video, but let's just jump right in from Friday's games. Providence defeated Cleveland on Friday 2-1. Charlotte defeated Syracuse 4-1 at home. Toronto picked up a win over Hershey 5-2. Laval defeated division rival Hartford 4-2. Utica got their second win of the season against Belleville 3-0. Rochester defeated once undefeated Wilkes-Barre Scranton 2 weekends ago. They beat them on Friday 6-4 in Rochester. Springfield again still is looking for their second win of the season. They dropped a 6-2 loss to the Bridgeport Islanders. A overtime thriller as Milwaukee won 2-1 over Rockford. At a rematch of last weekend's contest where Texas defeated Manitoba 4-1. Tucson lost 4-2 to Coachella Valley on Friday. Colorado defeated poorly start Abbotsford 4-1. Bakersfield defeated Henderson 4-2. And the Goals played split their home and home with Ontario with their home victory 6-4 on Friday. Let's go over quickly the Saturday matchups. As Providence defeated Cleveland 3-2 in overtime. San Jose defeated Calgary 4-1 in Calgary. Charlotte defeated Syracuse to sweep the series with the final score of 3-2 for Charlotte. Utica got shut out for their 7th loss of the season. They lost to Wilkes-Barre 4-0. Belleville defeated Hartford 2-1. Bridgeport defeated horrible Springfield 6-1. Lehigh Valley defeated Toronto 3-2. Chicago defeated Iowa 4-0. Milwaukee shut out Rockford 2-0. Manitoba got some revenge, winning their 4th game of the season 3-2 against Texas. And then Ontario got the overtime victory against San Diego at the Reign Arena for a 4-3 overtime win. Tucson came back from a 3-1 deficit to win 4-3 in overtime. And then Colorado won in a shootout 3-2 against Abbotsford. And to wrap up the Saturday games, Bakersfield defeated Henderson 5-3. Now let's just go over into some Sunday games. There have been a couple of games Monday, but we'll go into that a little bit later. On Sunday, Laval defeated Belleville 3-2. Grand Rapids lost their first game of the season, but technically it was not in regulation. They lost in a shootout 4-3 to Chicago. Hershey defeated Rochester 2-1 in regulation. And the last game of the weekend, pretty much, Rockford defeated Iowa 3-2 in Iowa. There was no games yesterday, so Monday, but there are plenty of games today on this Veterans Day. Utica will be taking on division rival Syracuse. That will be at a 5 p.m. Eastern puck drop at the Adirondack Bank Center. Ontario travels to Calgary to take on the Wranglers at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Coachella comes back home to take on Bakersfield. And then finally to wrap up today, San Jose takes on the defending Calder Cup champion Abbotsford Canucks at 7 p.m. Pacific. So that's pretty much what has been going on in the American Hockey League for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the Roadrunners recap in the next episode of the Sports Report.